Awesome. So for your capstone project part three, and remember that you can navigate to Moodle under part three to find this one. Uh, in this one, you're going to be at the company you picked for part one and part two, the same company. You're going to try to select two social media platforms that you will believe will be the most important ones to have a presence in for your company. And again, you want to pick ones that the company doesn't currently have. And again, if they have social media platforms on all of them, you could try to figure out which ones are a bit weaker on their end. But you want to make sure that you pick ones that are important. For each of those social media platforms, you're going to write a 75-word paragraph for each platform explaining why each one is important. Again, you don't need to be repetitive in your explanations or anything. If you get the point across in a bit less words, that's fine too. But make sure you try to aim for 75, as that will really help. So, as an example for this, and let me just pull this up again. The URL of the company I'm choosing, I'm just going to stick with the Black Dog Gelato really quickly. After I have that URL posted, I'm going to go on and try to figure out, while navigating through them, which social media platforms are probably the best for this company. So if I look here at this company here, I see that they already have a Facebook and an Instagram linked up. So those are good to go. But I'll notice that maybe they don't have a Twitter. Excuse me. So they might not have a Twitter. And then maybe they might want a YouTube or something as well. So there's a lot of different social media platforms you can choose from as well. So make sure that you remember that. But you just want to pick two. Maybe you might want to give them a LinkedIn or anything too. So there's a lot of different options here. But to make this work, what I could say here is for part one, or whatever the number one is, part A, I could say, let's see here, the first social media platform that Black Dog Gelato should begin to use is Twitter, I would say. And then the reason I would say Twitter, excuse me, is that they have a hashtag do something, and Twitter's usually about hashtags and stuff as well. The same with Instagram, but because they don't have one yet, I could just relate that to them as well. Black Dog Gelato already has a hashtag message that I can transfer to Twitter easily. And then, of course, without explaining it all, you could just say more stuff like, it will allow them to reach new customers. A lot of people on Twitter might want to be trying out new things and talking about it. There's a lot of different ways that you can expose yourself on Twitter too. So Twitter is an entity that's separate from Instagram and Facebook that could give them a much higher advantage as well. For instance, that might just be one. And again, you'll want more explanation than what I just gave right there. But if you see here, I kind of used what I saw in the company to infer this, right? They have a hashtag, and I'm like, oh, well, on Twitter, there's a lot of hashtags, so maybe they should try to use that as well. And then for my second one, second social media platform is YouTube. Excuse me. And then you could say something like Black Dog can post. Black Dog Gelato can post how they make their gelato to YouTube, community events, and live stream other events to their YouTube as well. And then, of course, there might be more information than that as well. But YouTube is a really good social media platform too. But we could say, let's try to find, let me just do one more example here. You guys only need to do two, but I just want to show off one for, let's see here. Just for clarity's sake. Let's see here. Let's just fun. Yeah, so there's a Tumblr. There's a TikTok as well. You know what? Honestly, TikTok might be another good one. TikTok's a bit newer, so I'm not too familiar with it, but I think that's the shorter video platform one. And gelato and ice cream is usually, there's not a specific age group for that, I don't think. But if you appeal to more to younger kids and stuff as well, you might have a TikTok again of a short video of you making ice cream, of you selling it and stuff as well. There's a lot of different things that you can work with for the gelato ice cream, but these are all just examples. This is a good social media option of making ice cream. And again, you want every brand wants something that's a bit niche and makes them stand out. And if you can somehow record that something that is niche and makes you stand out and post it a lot to get you a lot more famous, that would be very important too. So again, everyone, you need 75 words. Mine are a bit lower, but make sure that you try to get a good solid chunk of paragraphs in here. Just for time's sake, I'm not going to be going too crazy into these. But for example, I have three here with some very basic explanations as to why they should be there. But try to do a deep dive into the website and see what would help them work. If you see that... like, for instance, I know on YouTube there's a dog groomer, and all she does is she records her grooming her dogs or the dog she gets, and then she cuts it together so it's a bit nicer, but she commentates over it and says what type of shampoos and stuff she uses, and each of those videos has like 200,000 views. So even though she's a local dog groomer, people all around the world are watching her and just taking the time to watch that. And that's really making her much more exposed and generates more revenue for her. So one other part of this project here is your B part. And then you're going to create 2 social media posts, one for each social media platform you selected. You should include in each post the following information: a headline of your post, so what the title might be, no more than 7 words, and a social media copy, approximately 25 words. You can include a appropriate hashtag and a call to action. So maybe for part B, let's see here. Their thing was called do something. So on Twitter, the headline might be, let's see here. I'm not that creative on the spot. I'm wondering, maybe we could do something about, I'll just say, do something by you. Maybe that will be my headline. And then on Twitter, so remember, this is my Twitter post that I'm mimicking here. Let's see here. And I'll actually rearrange this to be like this. Sorry, everyone. So my headline will be do something by you. And then my social media copy. And again, let's see here. I'm going to look up something on Google. Let's see here. The basic Twitter post format. Let's see if I can look at some images from it. So the headline will be here, and then download. These are all mock-ups and stuff. But as you can see here, there's a headline and then some information on there too. So there's lots of different ones you could choose from and look at as well. But for our purposes here, because we're just kind of typing it up in a PDF, it's not crazily important to get it identical. But you could say, I could say something like, Black Dog Gelato is now serving ice cream at XYZ Festival, something made up. Stop by and get some during your stay. Great. So the headline was something like "Do Something by You," which was just a headline less than 7 words, and then the very small bit of information that is just about the post right here. You're just going to include hashtags and stuff. I can include hashtag "Do Something" as well at the end of it. Hashtag "Do Something." And I also have a call to action, right? My call to action would be stop by, maybe I will say stop by our booth and get some during your stay. So that's a call to action. You're telling the customers to come by your place to get some ice cream. And from there, it'll be the same. Now, if you picked YouTube like I did, it's kind of hard to have a format on YouTube because it's a title. But the same thing could be said for YouTube. Oh, sorry. Let's see here. For my YouTube channel, I might have the headline be Black Dog Gelato makes makes their specialty. And then even though it's a YouTube video where you can't really see it, you could also say something like you can act as it's like a description of the video. You could say in this video, we create our famous, I forgot what it's called, goat cheese caramel gelato. The process is shown off by head gelato maker. Let's see here. I'm not sure. Let's call him Doug. And so this process shown off by head gelato maker Doug. Please leave a comment if you'd like more. And then, of course, or you could also say, please like and subscribe. That's another call to action, remember, because that's the main thing that we're trying to get across. So you could say, please leave a comment, please like and subscribe. And then I might just say again, hashtag do something. Oh, that's something spelled wrong up there. Awesome. So now again, sorry, I was kind of brainstorming there, but essentially for my YouTube video, I just talked a bit about what the title of the YouTube video would be. And then maybe in the description, I would make something small like this. So again, I just kind of pulled this out of my head on the spot, but giving yourself more time and more research and stuff, this should be good. Remember, I'm putting exclamation points and hashtags because the company that I researched, Black Dog Gelato, had exclamations and hashtags on it. If you're doing that watch company and it's a very serious one, you might want to have your text say like, for the stoic, I don't know, for the stoic person, here's our watch and stuff like that. Maybe don't use exclamations or hashtags. So make sure that you understand your core customer and try to market your social media options to them as well. Yeah, and then that would actually be it for this Capstone project part 3. So not too tough. It shouldn't take too long, or there's not too much typing, but there's more so brainstorming and trying to connect the dots on the website. So make sure you take your time with this one. Definitely give yourself enough time to work on it and figure out your social media platforms. And then feel free to ask me via email or on the Zoom chat if the social media platforms you wanted to use are appropriate and well made for it.